I'm Steve Gaynor, and I'm a level designer on BioShock 2. A level designer's job is basically to work with a level artist to get all the interactivity into the game. So we work together with an artist to define the layout, the shapes of all the rooms, where everything is going to be in relation to one another, and then what I do is I put in the enemies, the pickups, all of the scripted sequences that you might run into if something falls over, explodes, new enemies show up. All of the stuff that you do in the game is basically my job. These nodes define where enemies can move through the space. So they use these points in the world to define, where's the floor, where are blockages, where cover items, where interesting things that I might want to run to and use, like a health station. Level design and level art at 2K Marin are really tightly integrated. Design informs art, and art informs design, just on a moment-to-moment basis practically, as opposed to, I'm going to do my design work over here, you're going to do your artwork over there, let's just kind of, each stay on our own corner. One designer and one artist is very much a team on a level, and it's a product of both of their work together. I think that to design a BioShock level, you need a number of different, design influences from, games that are very much in the same tradition as BioShock, other games that have non-linear layouts. We also take a lot of influence from games that are more crafted and well, not crafted, but are more scripted and more focused on spectacle, because part of Rapture is that amazing things happen there. And so we always, try to keep up with the most cutting-edge, exciting games that have those really memorable moments in them, so that we can work those into the non-linear, explorable, open-ended form that defines BioShock. I designed the first level of the game, which people will be playing right off the bat as soon as you jump in. That level went through a lot of changes, and we kind of ended up not exactly rebooting it, but we did a really deep pass on it late in development to try and make the beginning of the game as effective and as exciting as we could. And so it was kind of my job to jump in late and define what the first level of the game was going to be and make it happen, work with Devin St. Clair, the level artist that was assigned to the level, and basically just get the player into the experience, introduce them to what's changed in Rapture, what the new characters and what the new enemies and everything are going to be, and set them up to enjoy the rest of the game. There are high expectations coming in from the first game. And luckily I was a fan of the first game like everyone else was before I started working on the second one, so I had those same high expectations for a sequel. Luckily, we were making a sequel to a really successful, really well-established game. I tried to refer back to the first game as much as I could, use it for inspiration, and also try to come up with new things that the series hadn't done before. I didn't really feel the outside pressure from fan community or whatever other interest any more than I felt it from myself, because I want it to be as good as anybody else does. The player can go underwater in BioShock 2, so we have a whole new set of paradigms of there are airlocks that you can go in and out of, and you can try to lure enemies into them, and we have to keep track of is anything crazy going to happen if you have a little sister when you try to go underwater, or this, that, or the other thing. A level designer's job, at least at one stage in the project, is to do things like set a trigger radius, make sure that it's properly linked up to scripts so that when the player touches it, the scripts go off. The scripts are the things that define what's going to happen when a player gets an item, or when sounds play, or basically anything that as you move through the game, there's some little moment that's going to add to the overall experience. You could throw objects at enemies with telekinesis in BioShock 1, and in BioShock 2 there are enemies that will throw them back at you. Anywhere that there was going to be a big fight with one of the enemies that can use the environment against you in a new way, we had to make sure there's enough things for the player to dodge and catch with TK and throw back. We have the same kinds of affordances like water that you can lure someone into and shock them. We've added a few more ways to get things like fire into the world. There are pipes along some of the walls that will spew fire when you shoot them. Basically, we wanted to set up the environment in BioShock 2 so that the player could be as strategic as they wanted to be in any given encounter. You know, there's so many different things that the player of BioShock and BioShock 2 can do. It was our job to make sure that if someone really loved a strategy that involved having somewhere that you could shock an enemy, that we always give them some way to bring that strategy into their current encounter and have fun the way they want to. I'll be interested to see what people think of it when they jump into BioShock 2.